You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
What is going on, Isles fans? The New York Islanders win 4-2 on the road in Ottawa. A pretty nice showing from these New York Islanders. We're going to go through and talk about this game as the Islanders stack back-to-back wins. Exciting stuff for Isaiah George as well. No scoring in the first period here. Not a ton of shots. I would say pretty low event first period. 8 shots for the Islanders to Ottawa's 5. Isles had a couple power play opportunities, but stop me if you heard this before. Islanders not being able to do all that much with it, not able to capitalize. And then on their second power play opportunity, it was a Simon Holmstrom tripping call against Nick Jensen. That unfortunately was just not a good move at this point. Just not a spot that you would really like to see. So unfortunately, nothing going on for the Islanders. Power play doesn't look very good. But in the second period, Anders Lee gets the Islanders on the board at the 15:49 mark of the period. I think Anders Lee's had a really sneaky nice year and good play by Bo Horvat as well. From behind the net, gets it right out into Anders Lee, puts in the back of the net. Islanders on the board first. His 4th goal of the season. He would pick up a second point in this as well. Secondary assist on the JG Pajot goal. He scores at 18:22. So Islanders close out the second period with a 2-goal lead. Lee fires it out and they get it out of the zone. And with Horvat, I wish I could back this up on the visualization. I'm just going to end up running it again. But as you can see, it's Lee winning a puck battle, gets it out to Pajot, hits to Horvat. Horvat sends Pajot long in on a breakaway and ends up scoring. You know what? I'm going to give them some credit. Anders Lee and JG Pajot are players who started this year on the Islanders' third line, but both those guys I thought have played a really solid game up there with Bo Horvat. So shout out to both those guys. They've played significantly better than I think we've all anticipated so far. Islanders made it 3-0 on a Oliver Wahlstrom beautiful backhanded goal. Oliver Wahlstrom gets his first of the season. It's dumped in. Goalie plays it. Turnover. McLean out to Martin to Wahlstrom on the backhand and in the back of the net. They need Oliver Wahlstrom to start converting. I know he's only playing on a 4th line role, but they need him to score some goals. So them going up 3-0 had you feeling pretty good in the third period, although we would see the Ottawa Senators fight back a little bit. Nick Jensen scores on this one. Oops, sorry, I don't want to play this. I don't want to get copyright infringement. I want the goal visualizer. So they're working it down in the Islander zone. Get it out towards the top, over, steps in, fires 19 on Ottawa, which I believe is to Chuck. No, did a nice job screening Semyon Varlamov, who was good today, but was screened on that one. Didn't really see it, and it was a good shot as well by Jensen. Drake Batherson would get one as well on the power play. Stop me if you heard this before. Maxim Siplikov takes a penalty. And we're able to see Ottawa capitalize on it. He really needs to figure it out. I think his game has been mostly solid, but he has taken way too many penalties. It's every single night he is taking a penalty. You would get Bo Horvat an empty net goal, his 5th of the year. So we can watch the dots here as it's tipped. Bo Horvat skates from long range and just dunks it in. So a 4-2 New York Islanders win. They hang on, score 3 goals in the first period. Or excuse me, they go up 3-0 in the third period. That's what I wanted to say. Before the first Ottawa Senators goal, Nick Jensen makes it 3-1. Then Drake Batherson, his 6th of the year on the power play. Stützle and Sanderson pick up assists on that one. Islanders hang on to win 4-2. We'll take a look at the shot differentials, the box score, the whole thing. Islanders were outshot by Ottawa 30-25. So Varley stopped 28 of 30 shots. If we go and look at the box score, Kyle Palmieri actually leads the Islanders in ice time It was Kyle Palmieri and Bo Horvat at 19:03. But if you look at least amount of ice time, Matt Martin at 5 minutes and 34 seconds. He comes in and replaces Hudson Fasching, who played a similar ice time the last time out for the Islanders. But they're rolling three lines. Their fourth line's not playing a ton, but they are rolling three lines right now, which you need that. The Islanders need that. So happy to see it. On the defensive side of the thing, here's a big story in this game. Noah Dobson leads the way 28-14. Dennis Cholowski at just 7:59. But how about Isaiah George in his second career game? 23 minutes, 59 seconds, is playing more minutes than Scott Mayfield did in this game. He's playing more minutes than Grant Hutton and Dennis Cholowski. I don't think he's going back to Bridgeport. That's the vibe that I'm getting. He's got to pack his bags from Bridgeport and move in, find a place to live on Long Island. He could stay in my crawl space if he needs to right now. But he's played some really good hockey through his first two games. Varley, 28 of 30, 933 save percentage, 1 goal at even strength, 1 goal on the power play. When you look at some of the underlying numbers, I mentioned 30-25 in shot differential, face-off percentage, Islanders slightly better at 50.9%. Power play, Islanders just 0 for 2, 1 for 3 were the Senators. So Islanders need to get that power play going. That's got to be something that they focus on. Hits 31-20, block shots. Isles blocked 22 shots, which is pretty impressive to the 15 on the Senators. Giveaways 21-17, a ton of giveaways on both sides. Senators had more takeaways too, 13-4, but Islanders end up in the win column and stack wins here. Again, very happy by that. I loved what we were able to see from Isaiah George in this game in particular. Anders Lee, I thought, really stood out. Do they have the 3 stars? Excuse me, at the end of this game? That's something that I would like to see, is if we're able to scroll this thing down and see who the 3 stars were. They're not gonna show us here, I don't believe, but that is quite okay. Oh, Anders Lee, Shabbat, and Bo Horvat are your 3 stars. I also thought Semyon Varlamov was pretty solid too. That'll do it for me in this recap. I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.